Good afternoon, gang. Yes, I know, third video, and just came back in the house. As you can see, I just took a shower because I'm covered in mud and everything, so I want to do that. But going through reading some comments and stuff like that, I get a kick out of I think it was this afternoon's video. Apparently, I ruffled some feathers, and a couple of people had to make their public, "Oh, I'm leaving. I can't believe you're going to say that something like that," in the comments. Let me tell you something. If you don't want to be here, leave. I don't care. Okay? Simple as this. You don't have to make a public spectacle of you leaving. You want to leave? Leave. You want to stay? Stay. It's pretty simple. Don't care. I mean, when you say you're going to unsubscribe, I just make it easy for you and do it for you, so you don't even have to worry about it. Because that's it. We don't need people whining, bitching, moaning. There's too much important stuff to talk about. Speaking of, let's get into what's important. Potatoe Joe at it again. Remember 2 weeks ago, Biden was begging Saudi Arabia to increase the oil production, begging OPEC, we need more oil, blah, 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 blah. And Saudi Arabia basically told him to stick it where the sun don't shine. Okay. So in Biden's infinite wisdom, his solution to us not having enough oil, remember, this is after Jennifer Granholm, one of the predecessors to the idiot up in Michigan, Gretchen Whitmer, because Jennifer Granholm was one of the previous governors of Michigan who was a complete failure. But that's how you get into the Biden administration, as long as you're a failure. Joe likes failures. He's got lots of experience at it. Jennifer Granholm said, yeah, we're going to have higher heating prices. We're going to have, yeah, I hope. Her answer when somebody asked, what about the higher heating prices of oil this year? Or higher heating prices because of oil this year? She basically laughed and said, yeah, get used to it. Way to go for an energy secretary, okay? Her answer to her job is get used to it. Then when somebody asked her about $4 worth a gallon of gas, she's like, probably. 2 thumbs up for that one. Way to go. So this is the latest. Came out this afternoon. Maybe it came out a little earlier, but the story I found was a couple hours ago. Potatoe Joe is trying to cut down the Enbridge Line 5 pipeline, which goes from, I believe it's Duluth, Minnesota, down to the Detroit area. Okay? So this is going to cost tens of thousands of jobs, more fuel, which we need. Remember what I told you about the Oklahoma deal last week? Was it Cushman? That they're like at 30% of capacity. We're running out of oil going into winter. Gasoline, heating oil, electricity. We saw the story on the natural gas costs, and the natural gas companies coming up and saying, or natural gas administration saying, yeah, expect your electric bill to go up 30% this winter because of the idiotic infrastructure bill we got the other day. Okay. For the life of me, I don't understand what is running through that vacuum that is a skull of Biden. Because, like I said, 2 weeks after begging for more oil, now we were going to close pipelines. Greg Abbott came out the other day, governor of Texas, says, don't worry about getting it from Saudi Arabia. Take off some of the restrictions. Texas can supply all the oil we need. Oh, but we can't do that either. Guys, I get the fact that the left wants to go to green energy. But you can't turn off the spigot and go, okay, effective immediately, we're going to have no coal, no oil, no natural gas, and everything's going to be solar and wind. We can't do that. Why Joe doesn't get this, why his advisors aren't going, hey, you know what, Joe? Sure, it's a plan. We talked about 2030, we've talked about 2050. Okay, we didn't talk about November 8th. We can't shut down the world and basically freeze to death the American public just because you want something to hang your hat on before you get thrown out of office next year. I don't know what he wants his legacy to be. I mean, Obama did a great job of trying to destroy the country. Biden's bound and determined to finish the job. Because if we don't have fuel, oil, excuse me, think of everything that is reliant upon gasoline, upon oil, okay? Your heat, your electricity, your driving, the trucks getting to the store, transportation by any means, whether it's airplane, helicopter, train, moped, you name it, okay, is fuel. You can't ride a bicycle to the grocery store. Some people can. For me, forget it. Ain't gonna happen, okay? Plastics, styrofoam, any sort of petroleum product that you have. Look around your house. Pretty much everything that you look at has some sort of petroleum product in it. But yet, we don't have enough. Your furniture, your clothing, okay? 100% cotton, that's great. Anybody want to guess what polyester is made out of? Okay. As Americans, and again, to everybody else, I get that you guys already have crazy high prices, okay? We're now seeing, thanks to Joe, ridiculously high energy prices, ridiculously high heating costs, ridiculously high rent, ridiculously high food costs, skyrocketing gas prices. And the answer is, let's spend more money. Because as Little Red Riding Hood came out the other day and said, well, yeah, printing money is good for inflation. For creating it, maybe, but somebody's got to do a cognitive assessment on this idiot. Because everything he's doing is completely bass-backwards of what should be done. We're going to suffer, guys. Big time. Oil is the lifeblood of living in the 21st century, of living in the 20th century. Joe is bound and determined to put us back into the 18th or 19th century. I hope you have a plow and a plow horse, because that's about the only option we got left with the way this jackass is running our country. See you in the morning. Pinball out.